now.
Hello and welcome back. This is episode 5 of the Duke's Degeneracy podcast. We've gathered once more at the Common Grounds, back again with Alex or NT Neon, Ryan Tsunami, and I, he who Yeets or Matt. Um, Today we'll be talking about the show we discussed last time around. We decided on Dorohedoro. But to get the ball rolling, we're just gonna talk about what we're currently watching, what else is going on, maybe, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes. You want to go ahead, Ryan?
Sure. So, I guess I'll start with what I'm watched like most recently, which is like because as I was making dinner today before I came over here to record and stuff. I was watching some JoJo's. I
Okay,
was like
yeah.
looking at stuff to do in Japan, and like I saw like Sea Dog's video on JoJo's JoJo World, and so
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm kind of in the mood for JoJo. So I was watching like the Green Day fight. They call it
Hmm.
green tea, for like localization issues, but it's Green Day, right? And Seko. So that was cool. I'm still doing the rewatch of Oregairu because I'm like still trying to like work on the script for the video essay I'm doing.
Love that show. God.
Yeah, it's so good. And then just the seasonal. So watch Tokyo Revengers again today.
Yeah.
Haven't watched any To Your Eternity in like a couple weeks now. Watch the next episode of Higehiro and Odd Taxi as well, which is pretty good too.
Hell yeah.
Yep. So that's
Just
all I've
keeping up
been.
with the usual.
Yep, the
Nice.
usual, the usual. What about you,
You
Alex?
Um, I haven't watched the newest episode of Tokyo Revengers because I just got back from work because I don't know why, but all my shows decide to all just update on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Because like Nagatoro, Vivi, and Tokyo Revengers all come out on Saturdays.
Right,
You
And
get
right.
Heroes
I'm able to
Mondays, dude.
catch Nagatoro and Vivi before I head to work, but like
Mhm.
Tokyo Revengers doesn't come out until like 3 o'clock my time, so it's like noon your time
Right,
ish.
right.
So I'm already on my way to work, or I'm at work by that time, so I kind of can't. I just gotta watch it when I get back. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it probably either tonight or I'll watch it tomorrow. Um, I'm kind of just okay with Tokyo Revengers right now. Honestly, it's good, but I'm just kind of not feeling it personally. I don't know.
I mean,
That's
I,
just
I
me.
I understand like its pacing is like it does drag on, I think, like at times, which
Mhm.
is pretty frustrating. Like I understand that. But I don't know, it's like of all the seasonals, it's like what's like interesting me the most. Also just cuz like I feel like there's not enough like good like gang animes out there. They're all like pretty like corny and like kind of lame. And this
Well, I
one's
mean,
like a little bit more interesting, just in my opinion,
have
just
you
because it adds some of them like. Sorry, what were you gonna
yeah,
say?
have you seen Hina Matsuri?
No, but my friend Jared, who was here the first episode, he uh he recommends that a lot, and he always talks
It
about it.
is. It's a Yakuza anime and it's so fucking funny.
Uh
Dude,
huh.
that is I did not expect that like that just random ass show to be so good. Like it's not like top 10 worthy for me, but it's like definitely like it was notable enough for me.
That's like
Um
that's like fucking. It's like what's it call it? Like the house husband thing or
oh
whatever. So do you guys know what I'm talking about, right? How they made
yeah,
the Netflix.
way of the house husband.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh, I
god.
heard about
That
that, but I never
was
saw it.
so
That's
bad,
that's that's
dude.
no, that's not an anime. That's
Yeah.
just a
It's
that's
a
a visual
slideshow.
novel, but it's a visual novel, but they turn the page for you.
It's a PowerPoint presentation. It's tough,
That's
man.
all it is.
Yeah.
Um, Apart from my weekly stuff, Vivi's still good. Nagatoro is still Nagatoro. I'm not really sure what to tell you there.
Yeah.
Um, I watched more Idolmaster. I'm
Yeah, you're
definitely,
on you're
Uh-huh.
on the
I'm
next
going
wave
Who's
off, man.
already,
surprised?
yeah.
Who's surprised, honestly?
He's already on season 2, dude. Or
Well,
How
whatever it
many
is.
yeah, no,
episodes are there per season?
okay, so there's just the Idolmaster, which is the first season, and that's 25 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I watched that plus 3 OVAs plus a movie. So that was that's like the first like bunch or like the
Holy.
first group. That's Nanako Pro. And then you have Cinderella Girls, which is what I'm on right now, which is
Okay.
2 seasons of like 12 or 13 episodes. I don't know, you get the idea. And I think there's an OVA. I don't think there's a movie for it. I don't know how much more I have to watch, but I hope there's more.
Is it that
But I
good?
don't. I mean, look, it's not Love Live good, but it's like,
Like, what's worth all this time? Holy lord.
Listen,
bro,
all
the
I know
music,
is the
the
Chunibyo
music.
character in Cinderella Girls, and I kind of want to watch it just because of that. But and
Or
it's voiced by Maya Uchida, which is like man, she voices Fischl. She voices Rika from like Love and Chimio and Other Delusions, all that shit.
Uh-huh.
Whatever the title is.
Uh, what? Fuck,
Yeah, but she
yeah.
voices the Chimio characters in both of those, like in Genshin as well, and in that. So I was like, man, I feel like I have to watch it. I feel like I have to.
Like I haven't gotten to
My
because the
girl.
thing is it's gonna probably gonna do the same thing as it does for most other idol shows where it slowly goes over each of the characters as it goes on. Um,
Mhm.
it hasn't gotten to her yet, but I'm really excited because I know it's gonna be some really nutty shit where she's just either she's like she has the thing where like with fucking Kyoma and Steins Gate where he acts delusional but he is actually sane.
Mm-hmm.
Or is she like actually just insane and
Oh,
actually believes that
right. So
she's
like the real Chinibio versus the Chinibio that knows they're
yeah.
just putting on an
Yeah.
act, but they're like
I'm
really
I'm
normal.
I'm curious. Right now, I'm gonna leave it off on this, but so far, when it comes to her at least, because you can slowly see like characters get like being like very buddy with each other, and you're like, okay, those two characters are gonna be good friends. They're gonna do some shit together.
Yeah.
And she is because obviously it's an idol show. Everyone's gonna have their own archetype. The Chinabu character is right now very buddy with like she's basically like a rock and roll archetype character.
Perfect.
And
That's like that
I'm
sounds
How
exactly
does
what I
excited.
that wait?
like.
How does that work?
That's
What?
like exactly what I want.
I'm so excited, dude. I feel like there's some shit that can happen. I'm getting some guilty kiss vibes. I'm
Okay.
excited.
Let's go. That's exactly right. That's what I'm shooting for. This is what I'm here for.
How about you, Matt?
I listen. I haven't had a lot of time to watch anime this past week. I mean, I got through Dorohedoro like literally today. I finished it like half an hour ago, or I guess an hour ago at this point. Um, but I mean, I got my episodes of Hikihito every week, which is good. It's got okay. The most recent episode was really good. The most recent episode was actually like really good. I was very impressed with the direction the show is going, and I'm quite pleased with it.
Mhm.
So, um, yeah. But otherwise, I haven't really been watching anything. Like if I look at my watched or my watching, I guess. I mean, I have Idolmaster in there just because we're watching it together. Okay. I did start, I guess I started Tanikawa last week. I haven't gotten any further because I don't have a partner to watch it with, and I'm sad,
Oh,
okay?
man.
Hands down, awful.
Yeah.
I am
Somebody, please help this guy.
somebody somebody.
Oh my god. Alex,
Anyways,
why
yeah.
don't you just do it?
Listen, I don't swing that
Why
way,
don't you
but like
take
we
him?
can. Because the thing is, that I think Matt and I can both be sad together if we watch it.
No, I don't. That needs to. That's a show I want to watch with a partner only. I'm. It's on pause for now.
Okay,
I
so
might
then
finish it myself sometime, but we'll see.
so how many episodes is it going to be where every episode Matt's like, yeah, I still haven't finished Tony Kawa. This is fucking
It's man. Hopefully not that many.
and then there's
Uh,
what just one day there will be one day where Matt comes like, boys, we did it.
Finished it.
Yeah, we
Let's
finished
go.
it. We finished it, and then he's like,
Totally
"Let me
didn't cry my eyes
introduce
at the
you.
end,
Let me
but
introduce you to
also-
my VTuber girlfriend."
God. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of time, been busy this week, so
Mhm.
gonna hopefully just gonna keep chugging through whatever I feel like. If I want to start anything new, we'll see. But
Well, you have to.
yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, true. We'll have to start one now. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. I got nothing else. So want to move on to Dorohedoro now.
I am ready. I'm ready.
We can go ahead and start with scores. So what did we all give it?
Shit, I didn't pull it up.
I haven't like updated them all yet, and like I'm honestly like still kind of bouncing in between, but I think like right now, give it like a 7 for me.
I also gave it a 7. Yes.
I just checked my list. I gave it a 7 as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all in agreement for once.
Bro, we a slot machine at this point. God damn.
Let's go, dude. Jackpot. Huge.
Okay. s-
so
who would
you
like
know,
to
go ahead
who would like to
first.
start then? I mean,
Ryan, let's go with you.
well,
Go ahead and kick it off.
okay. Okay.
What do you got?
So like one of the criticisms that I had heard about Dorohedoro was that it felt like like a prequel or whatever, not like a prequel, but like a prologue,
Mm.
I guess. I wouldn't say I didn't feel that way about it. Like I didn't feel like it was quite like a prologue or anything like that. But I will say that I don't think it resolved anything like as a season one.
No, it
And
literally,
like I don't
that's one
think
of the things
it
that I mentioned as well. Like it almost kind of frustrated me that there's like, if I feel like there's just been like literally no progress on any front. I feel
I
like
think
No, I mean,
what
well,
it feels like anyways.
I guess like for the characters, like I guess like as an audience, like we've like learned stuff about like that's like okay,
Mm.
let's get this straight to it from the start. Like the best part about this show is like the world and the world building and all that
Yeah,
shit. Like
there's so
right.
much potential for growth in that
yeah,
world.
like
Yeah,
the it's so fucking interesting and so unique. Like seeing this
incredibly unique for
like
sure. Yeah,
what is this like a steampunk? I don't know, not quite a steampunk, but it's like a fucking
it's definitely like a dystopian kind of.
yeah
It's almost like fuck. I don't know how to describe it either. It's really
yeah
weird, but
it's
it's
it
very unique.
but
Yeah,
like yeah
very unique for
the
sure.
dynamic that they have with like the sorcerers and shit and like all these like yeah like the fucking anthropomorphic shit, you know, you could I guess
Mhm.
consider that. And I don't know, it's like that's like the coolest part about it. But like so like us as an audience, we're learning things about that world, but I feel like characters individually like aren't progressing on their own like in the story,
Yeah,
I
there's
guess.
been very little
Like
character development, I think.
yeah, I think the only progression that we've really seen so far is like just the relationship between Nikaido and Kaimon.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
because you know right now they're like at odds, but it feels so stupid right now. Not stupid,
Yeah.
but like you know it's like oh I knew that she was a sorcerer and stuff, and then it's like and he's like oh this is a traitor, you know, like before they went through the doors and stuff, right? So like
Yeah.
it felt silly. It felt like you know like it felt childish. It's like okay like the fucking what's his face N is like there and is like coming to them and then Kaiman's like no I refuse to go in here with this
Yeah.
traitor and stuff. I'm like dude like no one would actually do that. I feel like it's just so silly, you know.
Well, it's also Kaiman. Kaiman's kind of stupid.
I mean
So,
yes but I mean come on like
um,
I don't
if I have
know.
to kind of agree on what you guys said, the way I put it though is that like that is the most 12-episode manga adaptation ending they could have given the show, at
That's
least for this
like
season.
that's like the
It was definitely
definition of
like
like an anime that or like a company that like you know pays for a season of anime just to like promote the fucking mangas and light novel
yeah, no, that's
essentially
just
where it's like
I
you
want
want to
more.
figure out what happens you gotta fucking read it
Yeah,
because there
yeah.
are a lot of interesting plot threads, right? And like also too you have so many different characters that are all like you know interesting on their own and like will get you to watch it and they all have different you know like stories and all that shit and like different reasons and like that's interesting but yeah none of it seems to really progress all that much. We really just learn
Yeah. No.
that's really what it is actually we just learn about every character like
It's
that's all it really is this first
I feel
season.
like this show does a really good job of establishing everything that is like currently going on and every character that's currently involved. It does a really good job of just like establishing the baseline, you know, like that like foundation, I guess. But it does almost nothing else. So it's like I get all this foundation, but I've got no structure above that, and I'm kind of just like I feel like I'm frustrated. I felt like I felt very frustrated when I finished it, where I was like why would you introduce all this stuff to me and then not progress anything? I don't know. I
I
felt it was kind
yeah
of frustrating to me. It was kind of frustrating. I don't know. It wasn't like bad. I felt frustrated at the end.
No, I
The way
get that.
that you described it, because like you know, like that does sound like a prologue where yeah, it just lays the groundwork and then you know from then
Mm.
on you build it and like, but I still don't think it's a prologue because I mean like shit happened right, like you know now like they went into the sorcerer's world and they met N and then like you know like you learn like oh yeah N's like you know looking for this time traveler and stuff and like and then yeah, of course you do have the progression with like Nikaido's like oh Nikaido's a sorcerer and stuff and like and then also just like the rift between the two characters like shit happened but it was like it I mean I don't know it like the problem that's like proposed I guess like one of them was like who's who's the one that cast the spell on Kaiman, I guess is
Yeah.
like one of them. Like, oh, and also too the Red Cross people, whatever. Okay, like I guess that was like resolved, but like I felt like that was not really so much like
Not really
Kaiman
though.
Kaiman
No.
doesn't know that, and yeah, and like that's like not a product. Like that resolution is not a product of the events that were happening in the story, so it's kind of hard to say like that that question that was like resolved, I guess. Uh,
It's
like
just kind of
I
more
think
like
things happened, but I just don't think anything was like really resolved or anything like
it's
that.
more just like concrete leads that you have. They're not even like like even close to resolution. I don't think. Like
Mm-hmm.
the fact that Ebisu is like supposed to be like related to Kaimon's lizard head,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's just a lead. I feel like that's not actually going to be anywhere near the resolution for that problem. It's just a lead,
Yeah,
and that's
true.
like something we know is for sure a lead, but like I said, it's like they show that they give you that information like halfway through the show. Like what it was like maybe like episode 6 or 7 or something that happened
Uh,
when he find or when like we find out as the audience that Ebisu is like supposed to be like recognized by the guy in his mouth.
right. It was oh well, that was like in like the first 1 or 2 episodes, but I
Was
think
it was it that early? Because like I
it was
remember
very
like it
early.
happening
That was
really
very
That was the
early,
first
early.
ep- that
and
was the
then
first
like
episode.
and
But
then
but
like
you
he
learned
just
that she
they
does
just
the
don't even
lizard.
talk about it.
You learned that she does the lizard magic after the baseball
Closer to
game.
halfway through, yeah,
Yeah,
closer to
after the
halfway through.
baseball game.
Which is what I mean, like because that's when you connect the dots and you're like, oh, that's why the guy in his mouth recognized her because she did something with the lizard magic. Now that we know she uses lizard magic, but
Mm-hmm.
like even then, like I said, I feel like it's not quite a resolution because it doesn't make any sense that her magic would just turn his head into a lizard, or like is it something to do with like I want to know like how involved she really is, you know, like I want to know how involved Ebisu actually is to that line of like solving the mystery behind Kaimon's like head and his situation,
Mm-hmm.
and like and or is she just like bait almost, like is her part in that whole plot line even relevant, you know, like is it even like that important?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to me that they would give you that information so early, and then like you connect the dots like halfway through, and then nothing else is even mentioned about it the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And I like I said, I'm just it just feels kind of frustrating to have like no progress on any front, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, like I was feeling like there was like from the beginning, can't remember all of them specifically, but I feel like there was like some points where I was like, okay, they brought up this plot point and then just don't touch on it again, or they just barely touch on it again and just like give it like a half-ass resolution and kind of end it off there. I
Like,
can't think of what it was specifically. Like there's I know there was something that like they mentioned like the first 1 or 2 episodes, and then they just don't talk about again, just cause.
I haven't thought about that. At least I don't feel that way. I feel like I mean they've like started plot threads, but I wouldn't say that it's like
Mm.
they like pull some Araki type shit where they bring up something and then they just totally forget about it, you know, like
I gotta remember what it was. I feel like there's something that like really like pissed me off. Where like they mentioned something that could have been really interesting, and I'm just like, that's it.
huh.
You're not gonna elaborate on it. Like, I don't remember what it was. I think, yeah, I can't remember what it was specifically, but I think
Yeah.
actually I think it was the dimension between like the doors of how
Oh.
there's like a dimension, like they show that like at the beginning how there's like a dimension between doors on like how you get from place to place, because I
Huh.
remember that specifically
Uh,
where it was like how Kaimon killed somebody in front of a door and see the blood leaking underneath it into this like middle dimension.
Mhm.
oh, I don't think that's a middle dimension. I think that's literally just like
Yeah,
a
just the
location you go to get to the doors that go to the hole, you know, like somewhere in the sorcerer's world that just has a bunch of doors that you use to get into the hole, you know. I don't feel like that's like a separate dimension. I think that's just a part of the sorcerer's world. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
It,
fair
at
enough.
least there was no indication to me that said like it was a different dimension anyways. It just seemed like it was part of the sorcerer's world. And that's just like where they go to get, you know, through the doors.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I do want to bring this up real quick. Um, the first thing, right? At the very least, can we all agree that this should be standard for CGI animation,
Okay,
at least for anime,
I was going to
because that is
ask
good.
what you guys thought about the CG.
It's good.
It's good.
I
It was
liked
really
it.
good.
I
Yeah.
like it took me one episode to get used to it and I was like, all right, this is good. I like this.
Mhm.
Like it's totally fine with me. it looks good. I honestly think it does look good. It looks like genuinely good. The fights are well choreographed and well done, I think. Um, I mean, I have literally no complaints with the animation. Absolutely none.
Yeah,
I think
if I
good.
sit there and like try to look for shit, like I'm sure I could. Like just
Yeah, you
like
can
I
nitpick,
could
but
you could probably totally see just like how stiff the things are sometimes. But like honestly, when I'm watching it, like I don't really know. Yeah, I don't notice it at all.
mm,
And I mean like that's like either telling to how good the CG is or telling to how good like how interesting the plots are so far.
I think the thing is that in my opinion, because like I've seen some other really good CG anime, um, and the thing is like compared to them, Dorohedoro's a lot rougher, but that's not in a bad way because I think Dorohedoro like the
should
CGI
be
kind of
rougher.
takes like it takes like the rougher, more gritty
Yeah,
aspect, like to like not only with the story, but like it kind of matches it in the animation. How it's a little rougher. Like none of like the fight scenes are like fluid motions, but they're always like rough, raggedy, like violent
yeah.
instead of it
It
being like
feels
a
like it
swift and
fits the
elegant.
show. It
Hmm
feels like it fits the show for sure.
But
I
like,
mean, the
like
show is
it's not a
definitely
bad thing though.
very gory, like Mad Max type shit. Which is cool, you know, totally
Yeah,
fits
as I
the
say, like there's a lot of times where I'm just like, oh, okay, so her head's just all right, and she's back now. She got her head blown off, and
Yeah.
now she's back. All right, cool. So be it. The one thing I did want to mention about the story is I liked how it swapped between being very stupidly episodic and being very story heavy a lot. I think the best example of this when they kind of like two-hand this is the baseball game where they're like, all right,
Mm.
cool. So you have the villains, you have whatever his face is and Ebisu who are trying to like get close to
Fujita.
they're trying to get close to Nikaido and Kaiman. And then you have Nikaido and Kaiman's like, let's play baseball, guys.
That was like, yeah, okay, I will say, like every time like a sporting event is like shoehorned into anime like that, it does like for fucking for example, like JJK when they had that baseball
Yeah.
game. That was like I
Yeah.
was like what the hell am I looking at? Like I remember when I at the beginning of the season when I saw the baseball shit in the OP, I was like talking to one of my coworkers that like had read ahead and shit. I was like please don't tell me they actually play baseball like later this season. She fucking lied to me. She said they didn't, but they did, which was like I don't I'm just never a big fan of those in general. Like
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
with you
to
in
be
that.
like, whenever I see that happen, like where like yeah, like you said, like a sporting event or whatever is like shoehorned into an episode, I'm like, all right, like I don't really want to watch this. Like I this is not what I want to see. But I mean, I'll just like treat this episode as like okay, I'll go along for the ride. You know, like I'll just suck it up. I'll try to enjoy it.
Hmm.
And you know, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the episode. I thought it was like one of the weaker episodes, obviously, but like it wasn't unenjoyable by any means, at least. Like the characters are all still there, and like they're all still having like interactions like that. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't horrible, but yeah, like I said, like I always get that kind of like oh roll my eyes, you know, like
Yeah,
oh they got a fucking sporting
it's
event in
like
here again,
the
like
most
fuck.
anime shit. It was just like, oh,
Well, like
this is anime.
Yeah.
Like
here's the thing,
fuck.
like when I'm talking about like the super like off-brand dumb stuff that happens, I was mainly referring to like the what is it like the zombie episode where I was like this comes out of fucking nowhere, but like I
I
can't
think
hate
that
this
one
because
No, that
served
it's
was
well.
funny.
That one was good though because it served to also build more on how the world works. You know, like it was building on
because
the
that's the
consequences of the sorcerer's
supernatural.
actions, right? Like the source, yeah, that's like the supernatural aspect of the universe. I thought it was actually like I was like, oh, like this is a thing that's happening, and it's like it's supposed to be because of like the result of something that actually goes on in the world. And I was like, all right, this is kind of interesting. Like I know this is like probably a more like gimmicky episode, but I thought it was like well placed and it was well explained, so I had no complaints.
Yeah, I thought it was actually yeah. I had no problems with that episode at all. Like again, it just adds to like the world building and shit. Like you could say the same for the baseball, but like I mean
Not quite.
you don't
No,
see that. Yeah, you'll see
no.
you can see baseball in so many other anime settings, but you don't see a night where people go out, kill a bunch of zombies, and then like get rewarded for it and shit. That's like a
Yeah.
normal holiday, right? That's like you
A
don't see that. You
normal
do not see
holiday.
that like
Yeah, I thought that
ever.
was actually funny. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
no, that
this is
was really
cool and
cool
like it's
because it
well
adds to the
placed, well
world building,
explained.
and then also too
Yeah.
it provided the setting too for the two parties to meet, right? Kaiman,
Right. Yeah.
Nikaido, and you know
Shin
what's
and
funny?
Noe.
What was it? Shin and Noe?
Shin and
No,
Noe. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, you know what's funny too is I find those two characters to be the most interesting, but
Shin and Noe.
couldn't
Yeah,
remember
I
the
like them
names.
both as
I
well.
like
Yeah.
both. Yeah, I like both of those
Yeah.
characters. I mean, all of the characters are good. Like, I think like that's just except for like okay, like I will say I have trouble like envisioning Ebisu and her partner. What's the
Yeah,
dude's
and
name?
I can't remember his name. I can't
Yeah.
remember
Fujita.
his
It's Fujita. Come on,
Fujita.
guys. Come on. Give my boy
I
Fujita a
have
break.
I have trouble finding like their relevance in the grand scheme of things right now. I mean, I'm sure that's part of their part of the like their
The
characters
reason why they're
design.
kept around, I think,
Yeah,
as
but
well.
I mean, I'm sure they will surprise me if it even gets renewed for a season 2, which
I'm still not really sold on N as an antagonist. I just don't feel like he's particularly a particularly strong antagonist right now. Or at least he's supposed to be, anyways. I think. I don't know.
He's
He
not a
is.
bad guy. He's just rich.
I don't know. I'm not, and that exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no.
What?
I feel like there's like we have no reason to like think he's a good antagonist right now. Like, we have no idea why he's doing what he's doing. Like, we still don't know why he wants a time traveling sorcerer or a time controlling sorcerer. We still don't
do.
fucking have a clue.
yeah, we do.
What we do? What we do?
The
Did
movie.
they say that? When did they say that? Like,
It's
The movie.
to find the dude that
oh,
walked away
right.
in
To
the
go back.
movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess. But like, okay. Like, cool. I guess.
What do you mean? What do you? What? That's
It's
really
not- I don't
interesting.
know,
What do you
it's just-
mean?
It's not that interesting to me, though.
What?
It's just like, okay, like, it's interesting. Like, that plot line is kind of cool.
That was
Interesting. Like,
wait.
how,
That his backstory was really interesting.
I mean, it was okay, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really sold on him as an
Huh?
antagonist yet. I'm just not really
What
sold
do you
on him.
want him to
I
do?
don't
He
know.
came from
I don't-
a factory that took people's smoke, and then he made a family of the people that survived, and then his family was slaughtered by this dude that was like headless and shit. And like,
I don't
come
know.
on.
I just don't
The
know.
dude,
Like I said, I'm not really sold on him.
dude fucking destroyed Shinanoe too. Like, come on.
I don't know. I'm not really sold. Anyways.
Well, look, we know why. Okay. I don't know where all this end slander is coming from, okay? I think he's interesting. And, like, saying, oh, he's rich and therefore he's bad is stupid, okay? The issue...
That's not what I said.
Well, that's what Alex said. I'm sorry.
I
I'll
said
call
he's
you
not-
out. I'll call you out, Alex.
I said he's not a bad guy. He's just rich.
Okay.
That's all we know. We
No,
don't know
he
if
is
he's
bad.
or
No,
good.
yeah,
He's
yes,
just rich.
yes,
That's
he
the-
is.
that's the
Yes,
one-
he is.
We know he's rich, and that's it. We don't know if he's bad.
He's
We don't know if his
bad.
intentions are bad. He's just rich, and
He's
usually rich
bad.
people aren't the best. That's it.
He's
I don't know.
bad.
Like I said, I just don't feel like I'm really sold on him as an antagonist. I think he's all right, but I'm just like, I don't know. He's nowhere near like a top tier antagonist for me. Like, not even close.
Uh-huh.
Like, not even close.
Well,
So
and okay, well, I will say that like, like the characters we have all said that this is really just the groundwork, right? So
yeah,
I mean, like I can understand if you're not sold right now, because like I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I'm saying.
say N is one of the top 10 antagonists that I've ever seen, but like. I see the potential. He has an interesting backstory. He seems like a very strong and he's like presence demanding character, but he's still like, a little bit sympathetic in like regards to his backstory and all that stuff. I think like, I don't see him as like, I don't see him as one dimensional or anything like that. And
No.
I see potential. I'm not ready to
that's what I'm
dismiss
saying
it
though.
just
Like,
yet.
this whole show is just potential for me right now. They have built a really good groundwork. They have a lot of potential. I have no idea if it's going to get a season 2. I have no idea. I'm not going to read the manga. I don't read, so it's not going to happen. If it doesn't get a season
That's his
2, I won't see
declaration.
anything else in
Just
this
like-
entire show. So, like, I genuinely think that, like, honestly, I was just like, when you like, this show is packed to the brim with potential. It's got potential on the side of like, like the way magic works and stuff, and like the limits of magic haven't really been explored that fully yet either. So that's tons of potential right there. There's tons of potential in all of these characters to develop and change and grow and like change their interactions and stuff like that. I think that's really interesting as well. There's again tons of potential in the world because there's all kinds of wacky shit that goes on. Like I'm sold on the potential in the world. I really hope it gets season 2 because I think this is like I said, this show is solid. but I don't feel comfortable giving it anything higher than a 7 because it doesn't really do anything in season 1. So I just have no reason to give it anything higher than a 7 because all it's done is lay the groundwork. And I'm like, all right, it's good groundwork laying, but like I can't give you a 9 and a 10 for that. You know, like I can't give you a high ass score for that. It's just not going to happen because there's been no development. There's been no real like, or not much real like progression, I guess. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, like, even so, there's like up until the end of the show, there was such a big disconnection between like what Nikaido and
Kaimon?
Kaimon did compared to what all the villains did, or villains. Because like, basically they would live in their own separate worlds. It was Nikaido and Kaimon's wacky adventures, and then it was everybody else needs to fucking kill these characters, but they don't know how to get to them.
Yeah, everybody was just like chasing around everybody in circles doing nothing, it felt like. Until Nikaido finally got caught.
Until Nikaido got caught, and then that's it.
And then, but then again, like that again, then she got free, and then nothing really happened. You know, like
at the end of the day, like Nikaido now has a grudge against N, but Kaimon's just
nothing
kind of
happened. Nothing. Wait, nothing happened. Well, now N's chasing Nikaido, and because Nikaido has that contract, right? And also too, she's like not always going to have that like she won't have a clear mind all the time, right? And now they're in a new place and they need to figure out what to do, and
yeah,
like.
But again, only potential right now.
Yeah, but I don't want to force this idea that like nothing happened. I still think stuff happened, but like I think like I agree like I had trouble because like I wanted to give it a higher score because I liked what I saw in terms of the world building and the characters, and also a lot of other stuff like CG was really impressive. We'll talk about the soundtrack in a bit too. Oh my god, and like a lot of those stuff impressed me, but like. It really feels like there should be another 12 episodes in a season 1.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
I wish there was. Yeah,
I wish there was too.
Least,
which sucks too is that like what sucks
sorry.
too is like it has like the two like WOD word here, which is the term we used in middle school. Like the two like anime guffaws or like, you know, like nose, like social nose is like CG and anthropomorphic shit. Where it's like, yeah. I'm sure that it pushed people away, which really sucks because it, like, I really want it to get a season 2 because of those, like, plot threads that they introduced and those characters that I enjoy seeing, like, it, and, like, the worlds, too, that I want to know more about because not only is there the whole, but there's also, I don't know the other
Sorcerer's World. Yeah, I don't know what they call it. I just call it Sorcerer's World.
They just call it Sorcerer's World. I think.
Yeah, I don't think it has an actual like.
Yeah. But like, you know, like all that stuff, like Matt, sorry, has a lot of potential, and so I really, really sucks that like I'm not very sure that it's gonna get a season 2 at all, just because. Yeah. You know, I don't think it was that popular, but like fuck.
But if it does, I'll definitely watch it.
I will too. I will
definitely watch it if it gets
I liked
season
it,
2,
and I wanted to give it a more than a 7, but like I really couldn't because it never.
Yeah.
You know, if it really just doesn't. It feels just like the first half of season 1 for me.
At the very least, I think they should have ended the season with Kaimon meeting Risu. I think they should have ended it off there because now they're just like, all right, cool, let's go find Risu, and then that's how they ended it. I feel like they should have at least had them meet or interact in some way, and then if they would have ended it there, I would have been okay with that.
They walked by each other.
They left it at like a really
they walked by each other,
cliffhanger.
but they didn't tell us anything. They didn't know who Kaimon had his mask on.
You don't know when they're supposed to meet yet. Like, you don't know if that's supposed to happen in the next episode. So you can't say, oh, they should have just ended it when they met each other. Like, you don't know. Like,
yeah, but I mean, they gave it a really shit cliffhanger, I'll be honest.
They did.
They will,
like, if they wanted to draw me into the manga, I'm like, I don't really feel
Nikaido did say, though, that she saw, because they didn't know at this point that, what was the cross guide? What was the dude's name? Risu. They didn't know that Risu was the one inside of him, right?
Yeah.
And so, now they do. Now they do because Nikaido saw it in his mouth because I guess they hadn't done it before. Apparently.
Well, Kaimon knew he was looking for Risu though. He knew he was looking for Risu.
Yeah, but
when he was on his way to Blue Knight.
Yeah,
but they thought that he was the one that. Yeah, they thought he was the one that killed him, which we don't know who was the one that killed him. and we
So,
also
yeah.
don't know, like what like why the fuck is he in his fucking like
Yeah,
stomach?
what the hell
right?
even is that spell? What the hell even is that spell? Like, what's going
And
on there?
they just
Is it a
left more
spell?
questions.
Is it a curse? What is it? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
They just left more questions than answers, and that's I
Yeah.
don't I
That's what I said. It left me
if
frustrated.
you're gonna
That's
if you're gonna
that's-
have a second season, then like you're gonna have a medium to answer those questions that you set up for yourself. But like you just put up questions and now you have no answers. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, read the book.
I mean, yeah, I think we can all agree that we feel very like unsatisfied right now. That like, and then,
Yeah.
like after we finished episode 12, we're like, that's it. Like,
It did plenty of things well, but it fell short in the long run, I think.
at least yeah, it's a yeah. Speaking
It's
of something
unfortunate.
one thing that it did not fall short of, that we
Right.
can all agree.
Soundtrack.
Oh my god, it was amazing. It
It
was
was damn good, that's
it
for
was
sure.
damn, and also there was like 6 EDs or some shit.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I personally ranked the EDs, but at least I
did?
want to at least know what all of your favorites are. At least
Okay.
My
which
favorite
ED is your
ED
favorite?
by far was the Doom one, where they're you know
ED
where
ED
they
3, right?
That's ED3.
I think
DD,
so.
DD,
Right,
whatever
where the guy had the
fuck- yeah,
mushroom,
Ds.
like N was running
Yeah,
around with
yeah.
the mushroom and
That's
shit.
my favorite as well. Yeah.
That was
Okay.
that was a banger, dude.
If I can tell a little bit of a story, I know before we had watched it, I knew about Dorohedoro through two reasons. Right? I knew it from two reasons. First of all, was because one of my friends, Christian, is a very big fan of Noi. Period.
I mean,
Okay.
all right, fair.
Yeah. Second, was because after like while the show was airing, I got that ending recommended to me on YouTube, and I'm like, damn, I don't know what show this is. This looks weird. It looks like Doom and shit, but like it sounds good, and that's the only song I knew from the entire show.
Yeah.
So up until we had watched it, I knew the song, and I'm like, cool, this is a Dorohedoro song. And then we're gonna go watch the show. I was like, oh, I can hear this ED now. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that's ending 3.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Is that
have
what you had
ending
it as
2
one?
as yeah, I have that number 1. Yeah,
Okay,
I have
okay.
ending 2 as my second favorite one, which is
Ending
night
2
surfing.
is really good.
So
too.
which one was that? Was that the one like where it goes through the doors and shit? Or
Yeah, they were
No.
going through the doors.
No,
they're
no,
walking.
so-
It's 2D. It's 2D.
It's
So,
a
like,
2D
they're
one
just
where they're all
sideways.
walking. The
Yeah,
zombie
all
one.
walking
Oh,
sideways.
It was a-
wait, and they're like
it was a
chasing
zombie
each
one.
other? Are they like chasing
It was-
each other?
Yeah,
It was a
it's the
zombie
one.
ED.
Yeah, the zombies come out after, like, because Kaimon and Nikita go through first, and then Shinonoi, and then the zombies follow.
Oh,
Or
okay,
sorry,
yeah.
Fujita and Ebisuyo, and then the zombies follow.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's my second favorite one. I thought
Okay.
that one was like really like funky and like kind of like
Yeah.
I was like bobbing, you know. I was like, oh, this is
The
good.
I mean, all of
This is
the
good.
like all the electronica or whatever I don't know what the genre is, but it's I mean it's something that like
Beeps and the boops.
yeah, the beeps and the beeps and the boops are very satisfying.
Yeah.
Just I
And
love
then
to hear it.
ED4 is my third favorite one, which is
I
Strange
can
Meat
agree with
Pie.
Is that
That's the one with the beetle. It starts with the beetle, the blue beetle.
It's everyone dancing with their hands up.
Yeah.
Remember that? They're all walking a straight line, the conga line with like their hands up and shit.
Yeah, that's my next one. That's like during Blue Night. That's during like the Blue
Yeah,
Night.
it's the blue
episodes.
night one.
Is that where they have like the huge what was that cat thing that like revives
Yeah,
people?
Yeah.
Kikurage,
That's
whatever
that's
the fuck his
that's
name is.
Kikurage.
okay, yeah, yeah.
And then I had Seconds Fly, which is the second last ending, which I thought was like it was okay. It gave me similar vibes to like Night Surfing, but not as good.
Mhm.
And then
It looked
I
like- it
have
looked like a
the
shit
first
post.
ending, which is Who Am I, which is the one where we're just like going forward through the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like okay, but it wasn't anything special. And then
Yeah.
ending 6 is my least favorite. I didn't like it
Okay.
at all.
Here's the thing,
Ending
right? Is it just
6.
me, or was ending 6? Does that just sound like fucking Black Eyed Peas? That sounded like Pump It by
I
Black Eyed
wasn't
Peas.
looking for that. I wasn't listening for
What
that.
was
but
what was
maybe.
ending 6?
It was
It's-
called 404. I didn't like it at all.
But
It was there for like the.
It's
what
just
was-
I think it's just the last episode. I'm pretty sure. It's
What
just
was
the
it?
last
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. I do remember it being different. What was the animation for it though?
It starts
Um,
with like a neon sign that says like boss something, like big boss or something like that. I don't remember. It's like a neon sign that starts, and
Maybe
then
I'll
I don't
listen
remember what
to
else
it
happens.
again.
I'm watching it right
I
now,
didn't
and I
like it.
cannot tell you any. And a majority of the ED is just them filming a road as you drive. As they
Yeah.
drive forward.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I thought it was like the worst one by far.
Okay.
But yeah,
But most of
Otherwise,
those
all of them are
EDs, yeah, most of those EDs are pretty damn good. Especially, fuck, what was it like
DDD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one goes so hard,
It
dude.
really does. And then the OP too. Like I think the animation isn't like that like engaging for the OP, but
No.
the song itself is a banger, dude.
Yeah, the music is good. Yeah, I like that song a lot.
Like
When you realize that the opening is just Nikaido making gyoza, it kind of ruins the illusion of how action packed that song
Yeah,
sounds.
yeah. It
But
does
like,
feel like
it's funny.
underwhelming, but yeah, it's yeah when it's I mean it's a good song regardless. Like that's like before I watched Dorohedoro or like even watched anything on it, like I was listening to the OP because it was like I remember when I first heard it, I was like, "What the
I
fuck
think I
is this?" There's
had
like
it.
people screaming in my ears, and then it starts playing and shit, and you're like, "Holy shit, this is like fucking this is a banger, dude." And then of course
I think
just
I have listened to it once or twice
outside
as
of the
well.
OPs and EGs too, the soundtrack in general is just like
Yeah.
so good. It's just
And
so
they
good.
had like really good mood music as well. Like they had like really good like music going on for like different like like when they have like a scene where not much is happening and then they have like that like kind of like background music, I guess.
Yeah.
I felt like all of that like I call it mood music because I feel like it's like more like specific to the kind of mood they're trying to push for that scene.
Yeah.
I thought it was all really well done and really fitting. I thought it was it never felt out of place. It was very natural. A lot of times you end up like tuning it out because you're paying attention to like reading the subtitles and listening to the characters speaking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like whenever I would like go, oh, that song's kind of funky, like oh, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know.
The beeps and the boops. Ooh.
For us, that's the Monogatari experience. Is listening to dialogue and you get invested. And you're like, hold up, this song slaps. What the fuck? I'm reading, but like this song goes hard.
Yeah.
And Matt, is it that time of the week where we ask for the who best girl is?
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
I have a choice, and if any one of you object to this shit, I will not take it.
Okay. Well, it better not be Ebisu.
Okay, it's not ABC.
Okay, thank God.
I like Ebisu, but she's not best girl.
No, she's okay.
just
I will
not.
say of all the main characters, she's probably like the least interesting for me, because she's like 90%
like,
comedy relief, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I like her for that. I think her character does a good job of that.
Yeah.
But like, she's not best girl. It's
Yeah.
just, it's not
Okay.
gonna happen.
Okay. Then Alex, who is? Tell us.
I think my boy Johnson's the best.
Johnson.
As in like wait the guy that the beetle.
It's the beetle, the big beetle.
Yeah, Johnson, man.
the big beetle.
Beetle? Wait, why can't I
Shocking.
remember? Oh.
Shocking.
Bro, I love him so much. That is
man.
by far my favorite character. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Really? Really of all
I
characters?
mean, I have to go with Noi, but I like Johnson. Johnson's fucking
man.
what a guy. Love Johnson.
Oh god.
See, at first when you said Johnson, for some reason I was thinking of the guy that like owned the pie shop or whatever. At first,
I don't remember his name.
Oh, Tumba, something like that.
like everyone has really weird names.
Everybody, well, because he usually calls him Prez, so I remember him as that.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta go with Matt here. If we're,
I like Noi.
Noah's great.
Noi is
I like Noi. I liked Noi, but I liked what Noi was like before she was beefy. That's just me though.
Well,
I didn't
yeah,
really
but you
care
know,
for
if we're
either.
talking,
I don't really care about.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, and like you know, she like sacrificed her demon shit for Shin. That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know.
She's a bit of a simp, but I like that.
Yeah. Well, she's fun. She's just fun too. I mean, like it's
Yeah,
pretty crazy sometimes because like she like fucking slams like the heads into the walls and shit, and like when you see like after they clean up a room, it's like
So I think that Noi gives me Thorkel vibes, dude.
really.
What, she just like
best girl for
yeah.
Vinland Saga for me.
That
Like
makes
she
sense.
just fights
No,
for
like-
she just fights for fun.
like exactly right, and like she has a damn good time just beating the shit out of things.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I mean, when she was
I don't know.
when she was fighting Nikaido, she was like pretty into it.
Like I want to be your friend,
Yeah.
but I can't do that because I have to kill you. Sorry,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
duh.
And
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I remember when I first saw the introduction for Shin and Noe. I honestly wished that they kept the masks on for longer because that would have been more interesting. But Shin and Noe when they were introduced, like yeah, she had like smashed all the bodies into the fucking wall, and then you see Shin, he's like, "You guys didn't have to die today," and shit like that. That was like really cool. I thought that was a really cool
Yeah,
introduction.
it was a good introduction. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
the
they are
intro
my
at the
favorite.
beginning or at the end of episode 1, I think, and then they show that same scene at the beginning of episode 2. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
So
It's I mean they're like probably my two favorite characters right now at least. But
Shin is like literally just like edgelord food. And I eat
think
that up. So
Shin's also kind of like a pretty boy, honestly.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because he's like a bit of both. I feel like.
Yeah.
You know?
What's interesting about Shin though is like I feel like of all the characters to like, kind of go in between, I think Shin is the most likely to be the biggest wild card, especially knowing that the Doctor is on Nikaido and Kaiman's team, right? So like, I feel like he has the most potential to like shake things up. That's just my opinion.
I think right now I feel like his storyline is one of the ones I'm most interested in, and to like see how those characters like continue to like move forward. I guess I'm most interested in like their interactions. I think honestly, like Shin and Noi, and then like the Shin and the Doctor and stuff.
Do we know what like Shin is trying to accomplish right now? Oh, I seem to have cut out for a bit.
For a minute there, by the way.
I cut out for a second.
You're good. Yeah, you're
good. I was asking, do we know what Shin is trying to accomplish right now, or not yet? We know his backstory, but do we know what he's trying to accomplish?
Right now, I mean, he's just working for N, right? Like he's just kind of doing whatever he's supposed to do right now. Right now, anyways.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it'll be interesting to see like what they just like what is decided on like what he wants to do, right? Versus like what he's told to do.
Right.
I think that could be like a very interesting kind of like storyline that we could see maybe. Hopefully we get a season 2. I do hope so. I genuinely think that the show is like good. I just want more. I need more. And I think it is very easily. It could very easily go up in rating for me. If like it continues to get better and better, I think like the later seasons could definitely get better ratings. Now that the first season has set up all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, the first season on its own, I felt like just wasn't like I said, it left me frustrated. It left me more frustrated than satisfied, and like it just was, it was good, but I mean,
I wouldn't say more frustrated than satisfied for me. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I did give it a 7 out of 10.
I think it was dead even for me. Like I was happy with what I had watched. I was like, there's still a lot I wish I would know. I'd still like to know.
Yeah,
like it was good, but I'm happy with. I'm still happy with what I watched. I don't think what I watched was a waste of time, but it's still the idea of like, I really wish I could have just gotten just a little bit more.
Yeah,
I agree. But I mean, we got what we got, and it's not bad. It's not great, I don't think, but it's not bad. Not by any means this is bad.
Yep.
I think like if you had to recommend a CGI show to somebody, that is a very, very like safe pick. It is funny. It has action. Like it's got a little bit of everything. So
it's really unique too. It's really unique.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think this was a good one to. This was a good one.
Yeah,
to watch.
I'm glad we watched it. 100% glad we watched it.
Yeah, I'm very glad we watched it.
While we're on that, let's shall we talk about what we want to start on next then?
Yeah. So, I guess Matt, do you want to start?
Okay, so I'm gonna suggest Bokurano. I know it's only a 24 episode one, but I think that it has a lot of potential for discussion and interesting interesting conversation.
Bokurano?
Yeah. Yes. Or Boku no, like 2 words if you want. If it might split it up. So, and then I was also thinking, because we have a longer period between
right. So
episode and our next one.
Matt, do you wanna go ahead and clarify that to our viewers?
Right. Yes. So this episode that we're filming right now is going to be out next week, which will be the 11th, I think.
Yes.
Right.
It'll be the 11th. Yeah.
Be out on the 11th of June. And because of the break that Ryan and I are going to have to take for a couple weeks due to like some external issues and concerns, me being I'm in my last term of school for the summer, and I need to focus up. So we're going to be just taking a couple weeks break, an extra week break than we normally would. We're not going to be filming another like longer episode in the middle of June like we normally would. We're going to push our next long episode to July, and we're going to be filming another Common Grounds later in June instead. So it'll still be like we're still going to have 2 episodes out this month versus the normal 3, but it'll just be a little bit further spread apart. And yeah, we'll be right back to it once we're all sorted and good to go.
Mm-hmm. And so we won't have that next Common Grounds episode, as Matt said, until mid to late July. So we will have a long period of time. So therefore, we'll be suggesting longer shows to talk about.
Yeah. So yeah, so Bokurano was the one that I was thinking, and then one of the other ones I was thinking was Golden Kamui. Um,
Okay.
and I was
Okay.
thinking we could do all 3 seasons because it's 12 episodes per season, so it's
Okay.
36 total.
Okay.
And that way we could literally just finish everything that's out right now. Um, so I've been looking at the show for a long time. I heard the third season was really good when it came out. Um, and I don't really know a lot about it, so that's kind of why I'm also interested in it because I don't really know much about it.
Yeah.
Um, and I think there's a lot of potential for like I said, more content is more stuff to potentially talk about. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, that was one of my other ones. Couldn't really think of much else. Like I mean, I guess I was also thinking of like uh, Kaicho Maid-sama, or I think it's President is a maid or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Class President is a maid.
Okay.
I think that's like it looks like cute. It looks like it would be enjoyable and fun. And it's 26 episodes, so it's like kind of like it's a little longer, but not
Hmm.
particularly.
Hmm.
I was also thinking maybe that, but I think Golden Kamuy is probably my strongest suggestion, considering the longer period of time we have. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you guys?
Alex, do you want me to go first, or should you?
Go on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So these two are like two that have been like itching to like get back at because I watched them a really long time ago, but I'd like to get more out of them because I think one of them is like really unique, and also like we haven't watched like have we watched like older shows yet, and like this one's like older, and
No, we haven't seen that's like particularly
yeah,
old yet.
and then another one is like very critically acclaimed, but I feel like there's more for me to get out of, and I feel like this would be a good opportunity. Like it'd be really interesting for us to talk about it too, because I think it's kind of unique
Mhm.
too. So the first one is March Comes In Like a Lion. You guys have
Yep.
heard of
Okay,
it?
I've heard about
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Probably,
I
yep.
have that on my list.
Have either of you guys watched it?
No.
No,
It's
I had a friend who watched it and said it was amazing.
yeah, it's really good. It's really
But
good.
that's it.
It
So
is two
Shoji.
seasons of 24, if I'm not mistaken. So that will keep us
I have it on
occupied.
my plan to watch. I can just check.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
is
22 each.
it is that will occupy a good amount of our time.
Mhm.
um and again I like every now and then when I'm like making lunch or something, like I'll put it on the TV, and so I'm like 3 episodes into my rewatch right now, so not very far.
Mhm.
But I could already like tell, or like I could like I feel like, man, like I really should have I really think I didn't get all of what I should have out of this my first time through, because I watched it so
Yeah.
long ago, but it was like felt forced a little bit. And then the other show is Welcome to the NHK. I think the Japanese translation is like NHK ni Yokoso or something like that. Yokuso.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah. So
I've heard of it.
it's oh, you have?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. You haven't seen it, have you?
NHK New
No, no,
York.
no.
So
Yeah.
let's see.
So it's like about this like NEET
What's this?
that it's
Neat.
essentially his
That's a
like
good word.
path to like getting out of that, I guess.
Mhm.
Somewhat. I feel like it's a very like realistic show, but it's also like it's also like an older show too, which we haven't really seen, and also a show that I feel like not a lot of people have seen too, which would make it more interesting.
Listen, the one thing I know about NHK is that is the show that when someone says, "Oh yeah, one of my favorite shows is NHK," people are like, "Bro, you've got taste." It's like, all right, I don't know anything about this show, but like, I guess people keep saying it's good.
Like it's good. I mean, again, it was so long ago, but like I feel like there's like a little bit more to like get from
Mhm.
it. I think this next watch through,
Right.
uh, I've never been one. Like I say that jokingly when I'm like, oh, you got taste, but like I don't think anyone, you know,
Fair
I,
enough.
I only say that about like JoJo's or something.
Yeah.
But those are my two recommendations. Those ones I feel very strongly about. But Matt, or not Matt, Alex, sorry, if you'd like to.
Yes. So my two suggestions are both shows that I still have not seen, both of which are I think 24. So the first I was going to suggest is Black Bullet. Wait, hold on, I might be wrong here.
Black
Oh,
Butler.
sorry, Black Lagoon. Pardon me.
Ah,
Black
okay.
Lagoon. So it's 2 seasons of 12 episodes.
Okay.
Um, I
Is
don't know much
that
about
is
it.
the second
Uh,
one the second barrage or Roberta's Blood Trail? Oh, that's an OVA. Never mind. Yeah.
then
Okay.
it's
Okay.
the second barrage, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, but all I know is I was gonna suggest that for 12 episodes, but then I realized it was 2 seasons, so it'd probably be better
For
to
both
if we
seasons.
group them both in together.
Yeah.
Yep.
All I know is it's action and it involves terrorism, and that's about it.
All right. I mean, I know Revi's in that show, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
yeah, you
clips
got
of it on
me.
YouTube and
you,
stuff.
you got me. I like
Um,
Revi, so
the other show that I was gonna recommend was Higurashi, which I personally have not seen. I don't know if any of you have.
Okay,
This is Monday
I
Cry.
so to
started it
touch
and
up on
dropped
that,
it.
so to touch up on that, so I really want to watch that one too, but I know that Matt is like I dropped that shit. He's like fuck that show.
It was trash.
Man.
How far did you get in?
3 episodes. It's boring.
Okay, I am
It was
like I
just
guess
incredibly boring. It was so boring.
But it's 24
It did not
episodes.
grasp me
You only watched 3
whatsoever.
episodes in the
But
first
what I-
it didn't grasp me
24.
at all. Like there was not a single thing that I was like,
listen. It seems. I feel like from I don't know much about Higurashi, but from what I'm understanding, this is the kind of show that you just gotta kind of swallow that pill and get down, so you can get to the best part of the show.
Dude, I've heard really good things about it, and like, and also too, we haven't seen any horror animes, right?
Were there like 5 horror animes, man? Horror is a
No, but
very
I'm,
difficult. It's
but
a
I'm,
hard genre to hit in anime.
but I've heard such good things about it. So
I have also heard fantastic things about
okay,
you.
okay, well,
Shout out to you, Kachuru.
okay,
He knows
okay.
what
We
he's
don't
talking about.
have to, right? I don't want to force Matt to watch anything he doesn't want to.
I really don't want to watch that.
Well, maybe in the future
Unfortunate.
maybe in the future we'll convince you to or force you to.
Maybe.
But not
Maybe.
today, I guess. Not today.
I'm down for Golden Kamuy or March Comes in Like a Lion. Either one of those, I'd be happy to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my top 2 right now as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I think like 24s we should probably save for like.
For like we can do like for like a 2-week episode, like the same way we did Vinland Saga, right? Like
Yep.
that was
Yep.
pretty good, like good pacing. So I think we want to go a little bit more than that for the next one. So yeah, Golden Kamuy and March, and both shows are like good choices. So like
Yeah. Yeah.
I have
So in this
no
case
issues
here
with
we have
either of those.
one with
Um,
36 episodes and one with 48.
44.
Then is that right?
44. It's
44.
22 each. Yeah, I checked.
So I will say this: we have seen Mushoku Tensei, Vinland Saga, and now Dorohedoro. Dorohedoro. Sorry. So I'm biased because I chose this, but
I think we should go with Mushrooms in the Line.
Yeah,
I think that's a good choice.
I think because it, because Golden
a
Kamuy is
completely
another
different genre.
shonen, yeah, or like seinen shonen. I don't know the exact.
I don't really
genres.
know what the fuck Golden Kamuy is supposed to be. So like,
Well, it's like
I
it's
know
action
Mushrooms in the Line.
based. It's action based.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, and like I think it's like more like mystery and stuff like that as well.
yeah,
But
whereas
I
March
think
comes
that
in like a
Mushrooms in the
lion. It's more about like family and just like what's important and like all
real
that
people.
stuff.
It's more like it's more like a people show, I guess, right?
Slice of life.
So yeah, I think that might be what we go for next. Honestly, I like that
yeah.
idea.
And to go off of what we were suggesting as well, I would be down for actually the week after too. Like Black Lagoon sounds really fun to watch too.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's for another time. But
All right.
okay.
So March Comes in Like a Lion. Then is that what we're choosing?
I mean
I think that's
that
probably
sounds
good,
good to
yeah.
me.
Everybody's happy with it.
Because I want to watch that show again. I really like it. And then maybe
Alex and I
one
both
day,
haven't seen that, right?
maybe
So
one day we'll convince Matt. One day, Alex.
maybe
that'll
you'll get
be our
into
mission.
Higurashi
We will be conditioning him from this day forward to slowly just keep beating it into him.
Have you both seen it then, right?
No, no.
No, I'm not.
I
I want
have
to
not.
though. I really want to see
I wanna-
Higurashi. I really do.
Well, maybe you guys both watch it, and then
Okay.
you can try and convince me by actually telling me, like why I should watch it, rather than me listening to like,
Well,
know,
okay. Well, the thing is,
let's
with the
together,
thing with
like, I don't-
Higurashi is like I think you're supposed to watch the original version before you watch the newer one.
Yeah, I'm
No,
not gonna
I was
watch
gonna
the new
wa- I was
one.
gonna talk about the original.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
I was,
no, but
I
I'm-
think he was talking about the original. Yeah.
But you're supposed to, like, based on what I've heard, you're supposed to watch the original.
yeah, the
before.
original is better of the two, from what I heard as well.
Well, no, it's like not a sequel, but it's like it goes off of like you're to get the most enjoyment out of season 2. You can watch season 2 without it, or like not season 2, but the newer version
The
without
remake,
it.
yeah.
But you're supposed to like
It is a remake. It's a remake.
yeah, but like it's a little hard to explain. I
I
probably
don't
should
know.
get someone more.
All I know is I
qualified.
should watch the original first, and I didn't like it when I first started watching it, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's for another day. Okay.
All right, so we go
Uh,
on March comes the lion. March comes in like a lion. That's a hard name
yes.
to say. I don't know why.
Sounds
March
good.
comes
I
in like a
can't
lion. I
wait
think
to
it's
get
like
into
three. I
show.
think it's like three Gatsu no lion or something like that.
Yeah, three got snow
Yeah.
line. That's what it is. I am excited to get into shogi over the next month. Let's go.
Shogi, let's
I.
go.
Oh man, I've never even like tried to learn shogi. I feel like that's a lost
Shogi
endeavor.
is just chess with
It's
extra
just not
steps.
gonna
That's all it
happen,
is.
man. I
It's
don't know.
just
I'm
I
Asian.
already
I'm
suck
gonna
at
It's
learn.
chess.
Asian
I'm gonna learn
chess.
how to play.
Asian
I
chess.
already
So it's
fucking suck
therefore
at
just
chess. So.
way more difficult.
Yeah. All
Well,
right. So yeah. I think that pretty much closes it up. So yeah, next episode we're gonna be watching March Comes In with Like a Lion over the course of the next few weeks, until we film our next episode, and which will be coming out the beginning either late June or middle or early July, I
mid
believe. Right.
mid to late July, I believe.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we have quite a long period between when we're going to be doing the next Common Grounds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So watching that, and we'll see you for the next episode. Appreciate it.
Bye
Have a good one.
bye.